Hello. So today what I want to do is draw horses. Not because I'm good at them, in fact, the opposite, because they intimidate me. As I hear, they do a lot of artists. So I have pulled up a few images of horses. They're going to be in like the whiter tones because the background is dark. And I'm going to be using my water-soluble oil pastels from Montmartre, and we're gonna see how this turns out. So I want this to just be full of horses in different poses. I think I'm gonna map them out in this peachy color. I don't want the white to be too much of a problem to erase if it goes in the wrong spot. So the first horse I have here is this beautiful one. So I'm going to, I guess just, okay, so his hoof comes off here. Just mapping it out. I don't understand why horses seem to be so difficult for most people. Like, why are they unusually hard as opposed to any other animal? I don't know the science behind that. If anyone has any insight, let me know. It's quite challenging to just chit-chat while you're trying to figure out something like this, actually. The back is. Okay, something like that. Alright. Next I want to place this one. Another beautiful one. This one is going to be the darkest one of all of them. So perhaps I should put him up here. I was going to put him right here, but he might just blend in too much. Okay, that's going to be hard because of the perspective. Like, a profile is so much easier to find a recognizable shape, but this one, I don't know. This one's going to be a little trickier. So I think I want his feet to hit the grass here. I like this line that it's already kind of making. And then, so, okay, got our legs. They don't have a pointed snout, and yet it almost comes across that way when you're trying to analyze it. Okay, this one is causing me a lot more grief than the other one. I think I'm gonna have to bring his feet farther down. Oh well. At least I have the space to do that. Okay, see, this is where technically his bum comes about here. And I can't make that look natural. I am looking at it from like an angle back here, so the angles might get skewed because of that. Oh boy, okay. Can't see a lot of this side. Oops, that was way too far down. Okay, I think we're gonna just go with that for now, just for placement. Okay, another one I would like to do for sure, and then we'll see what kind of space we have maybe for up here, is this beauty. This will be, I guess, the center of the page. Okay. Also gonna be tricky. Okay, that feels all sorts of wrong, but it is what it is. Okay, now that we have the bottom portion of him, so this is pretty in line with his face here. Yeah, this crease part is going to get a little distorted because yeah, see, I start talking and then and then I fall off not finishing what I was saying. And this lines up pretty well with his swoop of bangs. And some of that's going to be covered by hair. And then this guy, we'll have to just put him in the background and leave maybe a gap so that this guy can stand out too. Okay, I think it's something like that. I feel like there's a lot of body here, but there is. So we'll just leave that and wait till we work on it. And then we have a space for one more up here. Which one? I have this one. That perspective is going to cause me problems, even though I love it. I have this one, which would be fun. And then this one, which would be a lot easier. But I feel like, I don't know, I think I'm going to go with this one actually. Right? As I second guess myself. Okay, so this guy I have to draw smaller. There's his rump. And he might be a little bit more, not quite as upright as this guy, just because I want to fit him. Okay, now we can get into rendering these fellas. So that is the more intimidating part for me, because I don't feel like I'm very good at rendering. So for this guy, I want to go left to right so that I don't have to be having my hand over all of the finished pieces. So this guy is brown. What kind of browns do I have? I've got a few browns. That one's a very red brown, which is like pretty much the exact same color as this paint in the background. I just don't know how some people can get such straight edges with their oil pastels. Like, I know you can sharpen them, and I do try to work like on around so that there's a bit of an edge. But even still, like, just to be aware of where the oil pastel is going down on the page, you know? I'm finding that tricky. I'm gonna make his hair like a shade darker. In the image, it's very much all the same brown. But I think for my sanity, I need to make some differentiation? Is that a word? And I might even include some of it. I will definitely include some of it in his shadowing. Where was I? I was going to tackle his face. Oh yes, and I noticed that this brown pastel is broken on the inside. So like what I like to do is around the wrapper, I like to reinforce it with some washi tape where the break is. So hopefully that keeps a little bit more structure. Okay, back to this. We're gonna say there's gonna be shading in here. I know there's lots of chest muscles, so I'm trying to, when I can't see it in the reference image, like you kind of have to go with your gut and once you get a good solid like base of these oil pastels, I really love how you can mix the pigments. That's actually one of my favorite parts of oil pastels. And these ones are water soluble, and I haven't even considered making use of the water soluble feature. So yeah, that's a thing, I guess. Well, my camera died. So I ended up mostly finishing this guy, and I like how he's turned out. Oh, this one also needs some tape. I do have to finish up the hair and give his feet a bit of grassy coverage, if you will. What about more of an orangey yellow? Ah, there we go. Now we gotta do his hair. You would think his hair would be the easiest part because it's just flowy strands. So let's see if that is in fact true. And then his tail. I don't know if this is going to translate as his tail hair, but that's literally where it's coming out of. And it's a bit more, it's not as thick. Okay, I think we're going to call this fella done. He turned out quite a bit more chunky than the reference. But I actually like him, so I think I'm happy with him. Alright, next up is this guy, who is a white horse. So I have grays and white, however, there is a lot of like pink hues to him, and I think that's because of the lighting. So we'll bring out some of these pink hues. I'm intimidated, guys. I don't know what to... I don't know if I can do this. Give me a minute. Okay, sorry I had to time-lapse you guys through that one. I just was not feeling confident enough to do that live with you because that was tricky to say the least. I still don't know fully if it's quite right. Let me see. Okay, the eyes are very off center or off symmetry. Okay. Yeah, I just I couldn't do it live with you guys. I just did not feel confident in it. But I will say I really, really like how it turned out. Unfortunately, I can't really do too much of the tail because it's going to get into this guy. So I think I'll finish these two up first and then see if there's any need to add his tail, because he'll have hair and he'll have a tail. So like, I don't know that there will really be space for his tail. So I'm pleasantly surprised with how well this turned out, actually. So he does look like a white horse in like moody lighting. So I do like that. I am thankful for that. Next up, we're gonna go up here to this guy. When I get down to his feet, I'm gonna maybe leave a bunch of this so that I have room for his hair, and then we'll kind of do his feet and his hair at the same time. And yeah, so let's get started on this guy. What color was he again? Okay, so this guy is the brown and white fella. So the brown we'll do is this brown, and then we'll make the white. This cream color seems to work really well as an underpainting for white. So I'm gonna do that. And then I can go with white over top. So we'll just make his white spots. Got a nice, this is called a painted horse, right? That's what these horses are called? Okay, so then he's got his shoulder down to his arm. And maybe I'll just do a light coat of this front leg is white. The back leg is all brown. Actually, I'm not sure about that. His face. So, of course, we're right over the same peachy color. So it's going to be, once again, tricky to see. I wonder if this is a common thing for all painted horses. Their hair is even multicolored, which is really cool. I have been using the water feature to erase. So that's kind of cool. Kind of a little hack I wasn't counting on. Brown. So let's just go in and give him a nice coat of this brown color. This one maybe has a bit more red in the brown, so luckily I do have this color called Burnt Umber. Oh, this is light. Oh, maybe we'll use this one. It is a bit more red, but I actually like it, and it'll separate it from this brown horse. Okay, cool. Yeah, I pretty much didn't talk at all when I was making the white one in the middle. I just needed complete focus. And then his face is pretty brown. That's the one thing I find when doing horse hair is like, it all just looks so messy, especially when it's like floating around in the breeze, right? How do you make it look less messy and more intentional? Okay, so we've just blended in the white hairs. So that's gonna have to be fine. All right. So we've got that. I want to add, because he does have an ear in the hair, but it's a little bit hard to see. Okay. Let's move on to this bottom one, and then we can merge this area together. Okay, this might be a little tricky because this is a black and white photo, so I might take some precedence from this guy. And he does look like he's got some speckling on his. I'm not sure how much you missed because apparently the sun came to join me, so I'm sorry if I had to cut a bunch of that. But I am working on this black and white image of this horse. So it's hard to know. I'm gonna borrow some of what I've learned from this guy. I'm just doing the hair right now. And I'm realizing I can't go to this strap. Okay, I still want this horse to look white though. So that was my struggle with this one, which is why I did most or all of it on my own so that I could really focus. But I'm hoping I can do this one fully on camera because maybe I've learned enough. So far I'm feeling moderately confident in being able to get this image across, right? Oh. I'm going silent again, guys. I'm so sorry. I wish I had like conversation points. So I don't know. I guess I just don't talk to myself that much. And so when I'm trying to talk to you guys, it would be nice to have some kind of guidance as to like, what should I talk about? What do you guys want to hear from me? You know? It's easier when I do like my book content because I'm talking about books. So I've got already a predetermined topic to talk about. So, I mean, I can tell you that I like horses. If we want to talk about horses, I don't have very much experience with horses in the slightest, but I sometimes wish that I had been raised around horses because I think I could have been a really committed horse girl. But I wasn't. So I've ridden on a horse like 3 or 4 times in my life. Some of them more traumatic than others, and some of them I absolutely loved. So, yeah, there's that. What else? Horses are hard to draw. If you have never tried drawing a horse, that would be my challenge to you today. Grab your pencil and a paper and pull up a picture of a horse and try to draw it. You don't have to show anybody, but that is my challenge for you today. 'Cause it's hard. Also, drawing white. Drawing white is hard. You know? It's hard. And I'm not even drawing white on a white background. That would be trickier yet. But I think having the background be a color really has helped me be able to focus on. Oh guys, this sun. I'm trying to make it nice for you to see. Oh boy, guys, I don't know. Is this any better? I don't know that this is any better. But I have this strap a little bit off. I'm not really sure how that happened or how to fix it, because it's the way, I think this should have been higher up somehow. But, oh well. What did I say? Horses are hard. And drawing white is hard. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I think drawing white, like a white object or animal on a white piece of paper would be a lot harder. If I ever tried that, I think I would color the background just so I didn't have that conflict. Okay, now we'll bring in the white. And we'll just kind of go over everything, especially the areas that are for sure brighter. Okay, so we talked about horses. I'm just trying to think of what I should talk about. So we talked about horses. Let me know if you guys are familiar with horses and what you think of them. I just find them very beautiful animals, and they put me in awe when I see them in real life. They're just so majestic and massive and gentle and all the things. They fascinate me. Okay, I never ended up putting his hoof in here. I don't know why. Okay, are we ready for... Let me put some buckles in first. There are a lot of buckles. I just don't know how well the white would go on top of black if I did the black first, so that's why I'm trying this way. Guys, I'm so sorry. I went quiet again. Sometimes you just get in the zone. That's all I can say. Okay, I have white hair? Gray hair? Let's do gray. Yeah, let's do gray. I can do some white highlights. So I'm using a technique I saw on Art by Heather. She kind of, when she's making more random lines, I guess, she just kind of twists her oil pastel and it becomes a more organic line. So that's what I'm trying here. I'm trying to still have it all flow that way because he is rearing up on his hind legs. So he does have motion. Okay, I like him. I like him. Let's get a little bit more of a solid, less page seeping through here. There, a bit more of a smooth coat, I feel like. And I truly believe he's done. Let's go back up and just finish out this horse. That's right, I had two colors going here. There, a bit of an extra render on that horse. His tail. This guy really... There's really no space for a tail. Like, I could do it all in the background, but it would just get so, like, lost with this guy. So I'm gonna say this guy's tail is going behind him. Just because it's easier that way.